When Dr. Stone was suggested to me by Mega Magic Dog, I wasn't sure what to expect. You see, I'm not an anime guy. It's just not in my wheelhouse. Star Wars, comic books, films, these are all things I know. But anime? Well, that is something I've just never gotten into. But Mega Magic Dog said it was helping fill that void that's missing in today's entertainment. And he's been following me on YouTube since pretty much the beginning. So, hey, I take his word on it. Hence, a review of Dr. Stone, Season 1, Episode 1. You had me at buck naked. 10 out of 10. Now, if only it were that easy. You see, I worked really hard on a script for this review, but I have found it very difficult to organize my thoughts into something coherent. I know I've said that I've had this problem before with things. Most recently, of course, being the very infamous and very boring episodes 1 and 2 of The Acolyte. Now that you have that information delivered to you more efficiently than this show could ever dream of, I can now begin flashing random images at you and you will understand everything there is to understand. Let's run back this week's tape and I'll make like Smilo Ren and fill in those holes. My reviews for episodes 1 through 4, actually 5, are out now. But that was because they were so uninteresting. I had nothing to say. This is something different. Something overwhelming and nowadays rather foreign to me. I think... No, you know what? I know. I like this show. Close. I do like episode 1, enough so that I am going to work my way through the first season and hopefully do a review of the entire thing at the end. I'm trying something new on my channel, you see. I'm going for quality over quantity. I'm going to be picky about what I review, mostly because this is just a side hobby and I'm actively avoiding another mental breakdown like I had last year. Don't worry, it wasn't because of this channel, but it became not fun after a while, and that's the whole point of doing this. So, with that out of the way, and fun in mind, let's dive into this thing. Episode 1 works in overdrive to deliver so much to the audience. At just about a 25-minute runtime, they are able to provide you the background events that led to where this story is going to pick up. They introduce you to a handful of characters that will be important to the story, both later in the episode and I can only assume later in the season. As far as our two protagonists go, we know so much about their personalities and beliefs within the first 2 minutes and 54 seconds of the episode. Our two main protagonists are Senku Ishigami, aka Dr. Stone, and Taiju Oki.
Okie dokie, Dr. Jones, hold on to your potato!
We first meet Taiju and immediately learn that he is in love with a woman named Yazoria. God, I butchered that.
You could take the blue pill. Or was it the red pill? Anyway, take the other pill and quit being a cunt.
Which pill do you want me to take?
Just quit being a cunt.
I barely even tried. I am so sorry. Taiju is also hopelessly naive and brave to a fault, at least where it matters the most. While he can't bring himself to profess his love for Yazoria, it was better this time, we see him step in front of a light that he believes to be a threat in an attempt to protect her. Of course it doesn't work, but that's not really the point. We also learn in the show's first few minutes that Taiju is determined and stronger than your average individual. But all of this is done efficiently and effectively, setting up the story going forward. Almost at the same time we're meeting Taiju, we're introduced to Senku. We first see him in his laboratory. He has a cool demeanor, and while talking to Taiju, though friendly, his words drip with sarcasm. He is presented as brilliant in science, but also quite adept when it comes to the human psyche.
いわゆる惚れさせ薬。こいつ飲んできゃ100億%だ。てかマジかセンク、惚れさせ薬ってんなもんあるわけねえだろ。ただのガソリン。これって飲んでたら大樹君死んでたんじゃないか。100億%飲みやしねえよ。
Still, he isn't without flaw, and Taiju, though not nearly as intelligent, is still capable of surprising him, especially when it comes to the size of his heart.
そうか。みんな、やはりすまん。今の俺にできることはこれくらいしかない。
What's crazy is this is just the introduction. The first 5 minutes of the show provides the viewer with all of the information that we are going to need to move forward into what will be the story, and it does some impressive character work along the way. We meet our characters. Taiju is about to profess his love, the light I referred to earlier shines, and everyone on Earth gets stoned. And not in the fun way.
I'm blind!
We then move into a transition from modern day to almost 4,000 years into the future.
何週間だろうが、何ヶ月だろうが、必ず言うんだ。譲り派に死んでも生きてやる。
This scene is done beautifully, and I found it quite mesmerizing to watch their animation of what it may look like for our civilization to falter to time. While the world is reclaimed by nature, Taiju narrates, still conscious while stuck inside a stone prison.
あれから何十年、何百年、何千年。いや、負けんぞ俺は。
The actor does a phenomenal job, in my opinion, conveying Taiju's relentless desire to protect the woman he loves.
譲り派。生きてたんだな。あの日からずっと。よくぞ生きてた。でかしたぞクスノキ。譲り派が流されて壊れないよう守っててくれたんだな。ずっと。助けるからな譲り派。やり方は今はまるでわからん。だが
One thing that has always given me hesitation when it comes to anime is the stereotyped over-the-top acting. There were times that I felt that for no real reason the actor was screaming. The animation had him sweating profusely and he appeared bent over in pain.
投稿前に空いてるわけないじゃん。動物病院。考えなしだね、ほんと。
譲り派。
What I initially thought was overacting eventually gave way to my realization that even without the subtitles, which I watched this in its original form in Japanese, I would have been able to follow along, at least from an emotional standpoint. It is actually quite an effective way of acting in animation, and I have a newfound appreciation for it. The rest of the episode plays out right after Taiju mysteriously breaks free from his stone form and realizes that Senku has done the same. They reunite and quickly come to the conclusion that they are likely the only two people alive in the entire world. Senku decides that it is up to his brain and Taiju's brawn to unravel the mystery of the stoning and repopulate the earth. This is as far into the events of the episode that I'm willing to go because I don't want to spoil it. I can't recommend a show based on one episode alone. What I can do, however, is assure you that this is a very well-written, character-driven, and engaging first episode, and I cannot wait to see where it goes from here.